This is going to be a video to work on progressing into a deeper knee bend on your hands and knees. So I'm going to start off with my hands on the table or on the floor. The further out my hands are, the easier this is as far as pushing into the knee bend. So you can keep your feet flexed or flat. I tend to go flat unless there's something in your ankle that bothers you. With my hands out here, you can see as my hips come back, it's a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. I never quite make it to my heels getting to my butt. Okay? So if I have someone that's trying to work on progressing their knee bend, I might have their hands a little further away. And you want to go just to where your knee feels a little stiff or uncomfortable and get back out of it. Okay? Now, typically what I'll do is if things are going well, I want to start bringing my hands back. And I want to start working my way to loading into that knee bend, right? Getting my butt to my heels and then walking back out of it. Okay, if that's going well, I progress that to my hands coming all the way back to where I'm actually weight bearing or sitting my butt onto my heels, right? A pretty full knee bend with a little bit of my weight pushing down on it. And then from there, if that's going all right, this is also a good stretch for the top of the ankles, if you can tolerate it. I'll take my hands back and I'll actually start to walk them past my body to behind me, right? And as if I'm getting all the way back here, and it's not too bad, at this point I'll actually squeeze my butt and I'll start to bring my hips off my heels, which will give me a pretty decent quad stretch. When I do this, I tend to look down a little bit so my back's not arching in this direction, but more so like I'm looking towards my knees. And as I squeeze my butt, I should get some tension in my thighs. And I could go in and out of just that pulsing motion to stretch the front of my quads and pull my shoulders back, or I can walk my way in and out of it. Typically after doing this, because I'm kind of cramping up my knees into a deeper bend, especially if they're not used to it, I'll put patients here and just have them do 5 easy full knee extensions to kind of take the knee to the other extreme. This is also a nice position just to lightly stretch my calf. When I do it, I try to make sure as I straighten my leg, I'm not letting my back move, so I keep a fairly flat back as I straighten. So I'm trying to keep a pretty stable low back and a pretty stable pelvis. Really trying to force my knee into full extension. So the other movement, I got into the deep knee bend. This one I'm going full extension. This is a nice recovery position after me pushing the limits into that deep knee bend position.